Go ahead and start. It's 2:45. I guess we still got a couple of people we're expecting to be here. But I'm going to start off and let our new Director of Development introduce himself. Mr. Dane Shaw is with us. So.
Hi everyone, I'm Dane. Good to see you. I just started about a week ago. I've been at work in the city, been excited about everything that's going on with the city of Decatur. And so we're fast at work with planning and been working with Lee's office. And a lot of good things are happening. I've been worked in Selma for 9 years before this in certain community development and planning and that type of thing. So we're happy to be here and thank you for having me.
Glad to have you with us, Dane.
I'm going to take this one chair, put it over there for Lamar.
Okay. So, do we have a commissioner online, we think? I thought they were all going to be here.
I believe that, yes, they were.
Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and start and go through the agenda then.
All right, the first item is Deer Road subdivision minor plat, 31.33 acres, zoned Ag 1 and R6. Applicant is Vice Engineering and Surveying for Dry Creek Capital Investments, LLC. Location 3105 Upper River Road Southeast. The request is minor plat approval. Proposed land use, single-family residential. 1 Decatur future land use, mixed neighborhood. 1 Decatur street typology. Upper River Road is a minor arterial. Conditions to be met, recording fees and right-of-way shown for the roads. And point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
So just a question, it's listed as Upper River Road, there's one little sliver that comes out up there, I guess the most of it's on Deer Road, is that still recognized as Upper?
It's because the structures that are on the property are addressed to Upper River Road,
okay.
So the entire property
Okay.
just, yes.
Okay.
But this is the same subdivision that we've already
Yeah.
got a layout plan on.
Yeah, that's coming
Or-
off
or
of Deer
this-
Road.
This is I guess the entire plat that subdivision is gonna come out of.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a better way to put it.
So,
Yeah.
yes, the taking,
Yeah.
yes, taking, kind of taking a portion off and leaving the rest to
Yeah.
then be.
Okay.
Anybody else have a question? All right.
The next item is certificate 353821. It's 0.69 acres. Current zone R4. Applicant is X-Realm Inc. for Martin Martinez. Location is approximately 1414 North Street Southeast. Request is to subdivide one lot of 0.69 acres into 3 lots of 0.23 acres each. Proposed land use residential, 1 Decatur future land use core neighborhood, 1 Decatur street typology. North Street is a local street. Conditions to be met, recording fees, correct difference between legal description and plat for lot 6. Plat says south 1 degree, 38 minutes, 18 seconds. Legal says south 1 degree, 38 minutes, 17 seconds. And show right-of-way for the alley. And point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at owner's expense. Yes.
I had some questions on that one.
Yes.
I was looking at the zoning ordinance, and it says for R4, the minimum lot size is 7,000 square feet. And does that, it just shows how much I don't understand about this zoning ordinance. That minimum lot size, is that before or after the setbacks?
Before.
Before the setbacks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so then you do all your setbacks off of that. But yes, that requirement is before any setbacks.
Okay, and then, when they talk about the, minimum side yard setback, 0 feet on one side and 12 feet on the other side. So how would this lay out? Is that lot in the middle? There's some provisions, but how would that lay out? Because it says a 0 lot line can be used provided that 0 lot lines adjoin each other and that the buildings are semi-attached. So if you have 2 separate walls next to each other, is that I'm not sure what semi-attached
Yeah,
means.
that's exactly right.
Two walls.
Two walls, they're firewalls, and they're actually built with a little gap between them.
Okay,
They appear to not be separated, but they truly are structure-wise separated.
so that's called semi-attached?
Right, and that's how our R6, if you read it, says R6 semi-attached, single family, and that's what that means.
Okay. Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you.
Do we know, is the intent for these to be apartments or single family? Do we know? Which it wouldn't matter, I mean, they could make it apartment,
I'm not aware of
Yeah.
any.
Yeah, this is Steve Stanfill on the line with X-Ram. He's planning on putting 3 houses on there. They're, I believe, I don't have the blueprints yet, but I believe the dimensions are 29 feet wide and probably 60 long. So they should fit pretty well into the neighborhood as far as the look and feel goes. So they'll be centered on the lots, and, you know, that's the information I have from our client.
Okay, great, thank you for that input. Any other questions? Okay, move on.
The next item, certificate 353921. It's 8.84 acres. Zone is M1A. Applicant Pewright McAnally for Francisco Hernandez. Location is 926 Silm Street Southwest. The request is to change lot lines between 2 parcels of 6.14 acres and 2.7 acres to create 1 parcel of 8.84 acres. Proposed land use commercial, 1 Decatur future land use community commercial, 1 Decatur street typology, Silm Street Southwest is an urban collector. Conditions to be met, recording fees, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates, and point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
This is right behind Academy and Home Depot, right?
Yes.
Do we know what they're wanting to put there? Do they have any plans yet, or they just want to rezone it for now? Are they gonna?
Well, they're not rezoning it.
Just consolidating the 2
Consolidating,
parcels
okay.
into 1.
Okay,
And I'm not aware of any plans at the moment.
sorry, I thought I read that wrong, sorry.
That's all right, no problem. Yeah, it's already M1A, which, you know, is our belt line. It's a business commercial district. There are a lot of things that could go in the M1A zoning district, but they're just consolidating these 2 lots.
The next item, certificate 354021, approximately 1.7 acres. Current zone is M1. Applicant Pewright McAnally for Bender Martinez. Location is corner of Knight Street and 6th Avenue Southeast. The request is to change lot lines between 2 parcels of .94 acres and .72 acres to create 1 parcel of approximately.
For those of you that are connected online, I would ask if you'd mute yourself until you need to speak, please. Okay.
To create 1 parcel of approximately 1.7 acres. Proposed land use manufacturing, 1 Decatur future land use regional mixed use, 1 Decatur street typology, Knight Street as a local street, 6th Avenue as a principal arterial. Conditions to be met, signed owner letter, signed sealed survey, and recording fees. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
And the next one is the one they're asking to table, correct?
Yes, this is the one we've received the request to table. Extraterritorial certificate, 354121, 6.6 acres, current zone.
Well, you don't have to read
Fine.
it, we'll just, when it
Okay.
comes time to we'll table this in the beginning.
Okay. The next is certificate 354221. Okay.
Do you think it matters if it's withdrawn at the request of?
Did they withdraw it or ask to
That was
put
the
it off to
question.
next
And
month?
He asked to withdraw it, and that's why I thought it was specific, like if we table it, that puts a time limit.
That's right. Yeah, if he asked to withdraw it, that's a different thing. It just comes out of the agenda.
Right,
And we
okay.
just
So
state,
is that what the email request was
I-
to withdraw?
Can you check it, please? You
Check
guys,
the emails
because I think it was
and-
until next month.
Okay, let me, thank you.
Please.
I will double check.
Verify the wording on it, and, yeah.
And Ken, I have a question or comment on 354021. The math doesn't add up right. I don't know if that's a big deal or not.
3540,
21, it's 0.94 and 0.72 equals 1.7. Am I doing that wrong?
Thank you, Michelle. Table till next month.
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
table is the
Table till
request.
next month.
Okay, that was my understanding of it as well.
We've ran into this before where 2 old surveys don't equal the new survey. And it could be that, or it just
Yeah.
could be a addition.
That's usually what it is we're currently showing the size of those 2 parcels as they're recorded is 0.94 and 0.72, and the new survey is saying that it's combined closer to the 1.7, so that's where the discrepancy comes in.
But I still think it's good that we point out that it's the survey that gives us that, not an additional problem.
All right, certificate 354221 is 1.76 acres. Current zone is RD. Applicant Pewright McAnally for Land Services LLC. Location 1227 6th Avenue Southeast. Request is to consolidate 4 parcels of approximately 0.35, 0.51, 0.64, and 0.14 acres, and including a vacated alley of 0.12 acres to create 1 parcel of 1.76 acres. Proposed land use commercial, 1 Decatur future land use urban edged mixed use. 1 Decatur street typology, 6th Avenue is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met, recording fees, signed property owner letter, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. If vacation 52321 is not approved, a new legal description and plat will be needed. And we need a DUT easement that is the width of the alley, and also need a 10-foot easement for the overhead power lines if required by DU. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Okay, the next one, Ms. Tate is gonna use herself on during the meeting.
Certificate 354321, 6.74 acres. Current zone is Ag 1. Applicant Pewright McAnally for heirs of William Burks. Location is approximately 526 Laurel Street Southwest. The request is to subdivide 1 parcel of 6.72 acres into 2 parcels of 4.03 and 2.69 acres. Proposed land use not applicable. one Decatur future land use mixed neighborhood, one Decatur street typology, Laurel Street Southwest is a local street. Conditions to be met, recording fees, signed property owner letter, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. We will need a 30-foot right-of-way along Laurel Street so that the parcel on the west has access. And we need verification that there is an easement for the sewer line, and we may require a 20-foot easement if it is not already there. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
I have one question.
Okay. You can, if you're recusing, you can ask a question, but you can't express an opinion.
Not an opinion, a question.
Okay.
When, for information purposes, when would this be, we would note number 5?
Gary, can you shed some light on that? This is the one that if they need sewer to that 3rd track.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we need it yet or not, so
I mean,
it's just
which
reserved.
is the 3rd track you're talking about?
Well, it's not really the 3rd track. I guess it's the next track over from it. Because when it cuts it off, this property right here, if they don't maintain a sewer easement to get sewer to this property, they'd have to keep it across the front of that.
Okay, but, okay,
Does that make sense?
yeah, but I think so. Well, anyway, you'll
You-
find out.
And it may already be there.
Mhm, yeah,
That's the
okay.
thing they didn't know, and
Okay.
that's why they're saying that
I think
they
it
wanna
is,
keep
but I'm
that
not
in
sure.
case.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it is, okay.
And we'll pull, just so everybody knows, we'll pull the one we're gonna table and this one out of consent agenda and deal with it before we do the consent agendas. Everybody understand what Ms. Tate's question was? Anybody got any comments on that? Okay.
Certificate 354521, 2.08 acres, current zone M2. Applicant Purite McAnally for Mycor Industries. Location is 1314 State Docks Road. The request is to combine 2 parcels of .97 and 1.11 into 1 parcel of 2.08 acres. Proposed land use manufacturing, 1 Decatur future land use general industry, 1 Decatur street typology, State Docks Road is an urban collector. Conditions to be met, recording fees, and signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. All right, site plan 61521, acres, 5.79 acres. Current zone is Ag 1. Applicant Purite McAnally for church at Stone River. Location is 3014 Danville Road Southwest. Request is site plan approval for addition to the building and parking lot. Proposed land use institutional or church. 1 Decatur future land use majors institution civic. 1 Decatur street typology, Danville Road is a minor arterial. Conditions to be met, need handicap ramp detail in the plan, need a 20-foot easement for overhead power lines along Stone River Road, and need a 10-foot easement for water line from the right-of-way into the property. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. And concerning the future parking lot, there have been some drainage complaints from homes in the area, so that will need to be accounted for in the future.
Have you had any of the surrounding property owners contact the planning department about this?
Not specifically that I'm aware of, no.
We had to,
Yeah,
Issue here a few
anytime
years
we've
ago.
dealt in this area before, we, wouldn't be surprised if some of the neighbors are here
Yeah.
for this one.
I remember right, it was about drainage too, and
Yeah,
so,
right.
sounds like there's a condition in there.
There is a condition that,
to
yes,
talk- To handle drainage.
yes.
Well, it's not a condition, right? It's.
Well, it's a point of information that,
Yeah,
yes,
point of information.
the future parking lot, they'll have to work with the engineering department when that time
Yes.
comes. All right, vacation 53221 is 0.12 acres. Current zone is RD. Pewright McAnally for Land Services LLC. Location 1227 6th Avenue Southeast. Request is to vacate alley along the back of 1227 6th Avenue Southeast. Proposed land use commercial, one Decatur future land use, urban edge mixed use. One Decatur street typology, 6th Avenue Southeast is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met, signed and completed vacation package, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates, need a DUT easement that is the width of the alley, and also need a 10-foot easement for the overhead power lines, again, if required by DU. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. And this is the one that goes along with the earlier certificate. All right, and then vacation 533-21, acres, see, 0.03 acres. Current zone is B2. Applicant is Pewright McAnally for Cook's Properties LLC. Location is 119 6th Avenue Northeast. The request is to vacate a 0.03 acres of an alley located near the back of 119 6th Avenue Northeast. Proposed land use commercial, one Decatur future land use, urban core downtown. One Decatur street typology, 6th Avenue Southeast is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met, signed and completed vacation package, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates, and show right-of-way for all roads. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
So another one of those alleys we didn't know we had.
Well, this one was originally dedicated in 1888, it was discovered, and we weren't even aware of its existence. It was so old, and they found it and are just taking this opportunity to clean up the deed.
That parking lot's been there as long as I can remember, and that's a long time. All right, any questions on any of them? Any comments? Anything else to discuss? All right, well, we got about 20 minutes. Okay, this being the time and place for the regular scheduled meeting of the City of Decatur Planning Commission, I'd like to call us to order. Please call the roll.
Lawrence,
Here.
Borden,
Here.
Tate,
Here.
Pepper, Wynn,
Here.
Temple,
Here.
Burrows,
Here.
Culpepper,
Here.
Pike.
Here.
Okay, we have 8 members here. It takes 5 for a quorum, so we do have a quorum. Does anyone on the commission have any additions or corrections to the minutes from last month's meeting? If not, do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion for approval. Second.
A motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Temple. All in agreement state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We accept those minutes. Okay, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the Planning Commission members and give a brief description of what we do and how this meeting is conducted. The commission has 9 members. 8 of us are volunteers appointed by the mayor for a 6-year term. We also have 1 member from the city council. My name is Kent Lawrence. Gary Borden is the vice chairman. Dan Culpepper is our secretary. This is Francis Tate, Eddie Pike, Forrest Temple, Myrna Burrows, and Joseph Wynn. And the councilman is Mr. Hunter Pepper, who stepped out for a moment. Okay, members of the public seeking to get an item considered by the Planning Commission must send an application to the Planning Department not less than 21 days prior to this meeting. Unless otherwise specified, all applications for development, approvals, or the result of submittals by a private citizen seeking some change in their own property. In making our decisions, our primary tool used by the Planning Commission is the One Decatur Comprehensive Plan. This is a general community plan for the city of Decatur and was adopted through a public process to formalize a vision for the future of our community that represents the interests and wills of all the Decatur residents. In many of these cases, the Planning Commission does not have the final say-so. Zoning, annexations, vacations, sidewalk cafe license, and resolutions all require additional approval by the city council before they become official. In these cases, the role of the Planning Commission is to advise the city council. The first part of today's meeting is a public hearing. Each item will be read separately and voted on after comments and discussions. If you wish to comment on an item, we ask that you come forward to the microphone, state your name, address, and then make your comments. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. If you're watching online, you may email us at planning@decatur-al.gov. That is planning@decatur-al.gov. Please include your name and address, the case number, or name of the case, and please limit your comments to 850 words or less. Your emails will be read with the cases as it is addressed. So if you have something that you want to send an email on for today's agenda, now is the time to be doing that. Okay, today's public hearing, we have this type of request, and it's a minor plat. Minor plats are plats that have more than 3 lots, direct access to public services, and a topo provided for review. So if you would go ahead, Mr. Terry, and read that agenda item.
Deer Road subdivision minor plat, 31.33 acres. Current zone is Ag 1 and R6. The applicant is Vice Engineering and Surveying for Dry Creek Capital Investments, LLC. Location is 3105 Upper River Road, Southeast. The request is minor plat approval. The proposed land use is single-family residential. The One Decatur future land use is mixed neighborhood. And the One Decatur street typology, Upper River Road, is a minor arterial. Conditions to be met: 1, recording fees; 2, right-of-way shown for the roads. And a point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Okay, is there anyone from the public that would wish to speak to this request? Yes, sir, if you'll come forward. As I said, state your name and address, please.
My name's Robert Cooey. I live on Indian Hills Road, across from Publix, the area that joins the property. Look, I'm not an orator or anything like that, and I don't have any prestige, I don't have any money. I've worked really hard to have a place for my family. A place that I think I've been a good citizen in Decatur, paid taxes, and I've worked really hard. And I've been courteous to everybody that's whatever office they've held. But no one came to us and even talked to us about what they could do to be amenable, that would work with us and our families to bring people in. Look, I don't have a problem with somebody having a home. I believe in capitalism. I believe in people purchasing property and being able to sell their property. I honestly do believe in that. And every one of y'all do. But, I'd really like for y'all to think about y'all's families for a minute. Everybody that lives in that area has got a house that's an acre or 2 acres or 3 or 4 or 5 acres of land just about through there. And, we don't even have a problem so much with the single-family homes that we expressed this before. And I don't know that it's gone back to the city council. I guess it has. We never saw that where they rezoned it to make it into the townhomes. But we'd like to keep, we've worked hard, and we'd like to keep our property values up, and we'd like our family to have a safe environment that they're living in. And I really wish y'all would hold off on doing this and give some time at least to come and talk to us and see what we can do. Like I said, I've got 4.5, 5 acres that I have for my family, and we've invested and paid it off. But guys, ladies, y'all think about y'all's families for a minute too, and how it affects y'all.
Yeah, Mr. Cooey, this part, as far as the section that they request to be rezoned, that has happened. The city council has rezoned that piece.
When did that happen?
Last month. That was.
We never got, they don't have to give anything we never got anything. There was nothing sent to us, nothing in the mail, anything,
Yeah. Well, you got your notification when it came before Planning Commission. When we first got it, that's where you're required to be notified.
City council doesn't have to notify it?
No, sir. Once it goes from us, then it's just on the council agenda at that point. They still leave signage out, correct?
Correct.
The signage stays on the property for that period of time, but there's no more mailed notification past what we do. This today pertains to the mainly pertains to the 3 lots that are on Upper River Road. Upper River Road. This tract is subdivided into 4 parcels. And this is mainly dealing with those 3 parcels that are on Upper River Road.
This is not on
Now, that part that you're mainly speaking about, that is all really already done. It's already divided, it's already been rezoned, and we've already approved a preliminary plat for that R6 subdivision. And I think you were here before for that meeting as well.
I was here
Yeah.
for that meeting. I just didn't realize, we thought it had to go to city council. And there was never no signs around us
Right.
that indicate.
Yeah, I don't know where the signs were on the property, but that was done. And it did go to the city council on last month. So, any other person would like to speak to this? Okay, no other comments. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion for approval?
A motion, do I have a second? Okay, a motion by Mr. Pepper, seconded by Mr. Borden. Any discussion or questions from anyone on the commission? Okay, please call the roll.
Lawrence,
Yes.
Borden,
Yes.
Tate,
Yes.
Pepper,
Yes.
Ian,
Yes.
Temple,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Culpepper,
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
Okay, that has been approved. Next, we move in the consent agenda portion of our meeting. This is the part of the agenda that the Planning Commission has the final decision and does not require a public hearing. These items are read together and voted on as a group Today, we have these types of items. We have certificates to subdivide. This is a one-step process to subdivide no more than 3 lots or consolidate lots. A survey is required. And then we have site plan approvals. And these are proposed developments on a collector street or above. Plans showing building placement, parking, circulation, landscaping, etc. are required. First off, case number 3541-21. The applicant has requested that we table that case. So I'm going to ask for a motion to table that until next month.
So moved.
Okay.
Second?
Motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Borden. All in favor of table, state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that case is tabled to next month. Okay, and then Mrs. Tate wants to recuse herself for case 3543-21. So she will step down while we discuss and vote on this case. So if you'll go ahead, Mr. Terry, and read that case.
Certificate 3543-21, 6.74 acres. Current zone is Ag 1. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for the heirs of William Burks. The location is approximately 526 Laurel Street Southwest. The request is to subdivide one parcel of 6.72 acres into 2 parcels of 4.03 and 2.69 acres. There is no proposed land use. The one Decatur future land use is mixed neighborhood, and the one Decatur street typology is Laurel Street Southwest is a local street. The conditions to be met: 1, recording fees; 2, signed property owner letter; 3, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates; 4, we will need a 30-foot right-of-way along Laurel Street so that the parcel on the west has access; and 5, need verification that there is an easement for the sewer line, and we may need a 20-foot easement if it is not already there. Point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Is there anyone from the public wishes to speak to this case? Do we have any emails for this one, or assuming we didn't have one for the one before I?
No, sir,
right?
no
Okay. If there's no comments, do we have a motion to approve this request?
Motion for approval? Second.
A motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Temple. Any questions or comments from anyone on the commission? If not, please call the roll.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Borden.
Yes.
Tate. Pepper.
Yes, sorry.
Wynn.
Yes.
Temple.
Yes.
Burris.
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
You did note that Ms. Tabor excused herself for that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can return, Ms. Tate. And now we'll continue with the rest of the consent agenda.
Certificate 3538-21 is 0.69 acres. Current zone is R4. Applicant is X-Realm Incorporated for Martin Martinez. Location is approximately 1414 North Street Southeast. The request is to subdivide one lot of 0.69 acres into 3 lots of 0.23 acres each. Proposed land use is residential. One Decatur future land use is core neighborhood. One Decatur street typology, North Street is a local street. Conditions to be met: 1, recording fees; 2, correct difference between legal description and plat for lot 6. The plat says south 1 degree, 38 minutes, 18 seconds, and the legal says 1 degree, 38 minutes, 17 seconds. And 3, show right-of-way for the alley. Point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Certificate 3539-21 is 8.84 acres. Current zone is M1A. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Francisco Hernandez. The location is 926 Silm Street Southwest. The request is to change lot lines between two parcels of 6.14 acres and 2.7 acres to create one parcel of 8.84 acres. The proposed land use is commercial. One Decatur future land use is community commercial. One Decatur street typology, Silm Street Southwest, is an urban collector. Conditions to be met: 1, recording fees; 2, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. Point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Certificate 3540-21 is approximately 1.7 acres. Current zone is M1. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Bender Martinez. The location is the corner of Knight Street and 6th Avenue Southeast. The request is to change lot lines between two parcels of 0.94 acres and 0.72 acres to create one parcel of approximately 1.7 acres. Proposed land use is manufacturing. The One Decatur future land use is regional mixed use. The One Decatur street typology, Knight Street is a local street and 6th Avenue is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met: 1, signed owner letter; 2, signed sealed survey; 3, recording fees. And point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Certificate 3542-21 is 1.76 acres. The current zone is RD. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Land Services LLC. The location is 1227 6th Avenue Southeast. The request is to consolidate 4 parcels of approximately 0.35, 0.51, 0.64, and 0.14 acres, and including a vacated alley of 0.12 acres to create one parcel of 1.76 acres. The proposed land use is commercial. The One Decatur future land use is urban edge mixed use. The One Decatur street typology, 6th Avenue is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met: 1, recording fees; 2, signed property owner letter; 3, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates; 4, if vacation 532-21 is not approved, a new legal description and plat will be needed; and 5, need a DUT easement that is the width of the alley, and also need a 10-foot easement for the overhead power lines if required by DU. Point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Certificate 3545-21, 2.08 acres. Current zone is M2. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Mycor Industries. Location is 1314 State Docks Road. The request is to combine 2 parcels of 0.97 and 1.11 acres into one parcel of 2.08 acres. The proposed land use is manufacturing. The One Decatur future land use is general industry, and the One Decatur street typology, State Docks Road, is an urban collector. Conditions to be met: 1, recording fees, and 2, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. Point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Site plan 615-21 is 5.79 acres. The current zone is Ag 1. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Church at Stone River. The location is 3014 Danville Road Southwest. The request is site plan approval for addition to the building and parking lot. Proposed land use is institutional church. The one Decatur future land use is major institution / civic. The one Decatur street typology, Danville Road, is a minor arterial. Conditions to be met: 1, need handicap ramp detail in the plan. 2, need a 20-foot easement for overhead power lines along Stone River Road. 3, need 10-foot easement for water line from right-of-way into the property. And point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. And also concerning the future parking lot, there have been drainage complaints from homes in the area, so that will have to be accounted for in the addition.
Okay, that's all the cases in the consent agenda. Is anyone from the public that would wish to speak to any of these requests? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
A motion by Mr. Borden, second by Mr. Temple. Any questions or comments from anyone on the commission? If not, please call the roll.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Borden.
Yes.
Tate.
Yes.
Pepper.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Temple.
Yes.
Burris.
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
Okay, all those cases are approved unanimously. Now we move into the other business portion. These are items that go before the city council for final approval, but do not require a public hearing. And what we're dealing with today are vacation requests, and this is vacating public right-of-way or easements. Go ahead.
Vacation 53221 is 0.12 acres. Current zone is RD. Applicant is Pewright McAnally for Land Services LLC. The location is 1227 6th Avenue Southeast. The request is to vacate alley along the back of 1227 6th Avenue Southeast. The proposed land use is commercial. The one Decatur future land use is urban edge mixed use. The one Decatur street typology, 6th Avenue Southeast, is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met: 1, signed and completed vacation package. 2, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. And 3, need a DUT easement, that is the width of the alley, and also need a 10-foot easement for the overhead power lines if required by DU. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Is there anyone that would wish to speak to this request? Do we have a motion to recommend to the council?
Motion for approval?
Second, do we have a second? A motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Temple. Please call the roll.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Borden.
Yes.
Tate.
Yes.
Pepper.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Temple.
Yes.
Burris.
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
Vacation 533-21 is 0.03 acres. Current zone is B2. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Cook's Properties LLC. The location is 119 6th Avenue Northeast. The request is to vacate 0.03 acres of an alley located near the back of 119 6th Avenue Northeast. Proposed land use is commercial. One Decatur future land use is urban core downtown. And the one Decatur street typology, 6th Avenue Southeast, is a principal arterial. Conditions to be met: 1, signed and completed vacation package. 2, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates. And 3, show right-of-way for all roads. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Is there anyone that wish to comment on this request? We have a motion and a second.
Motion for approval?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Borden. Any comments or questions from the commission? Please call the roll.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Borden.
Yes.
Tate.
Yes.
Pepper.
Yes.
Wynn.
Yes.
Temple. Burris.
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes.
Pike.
Yes.
All right, so that's the end of our agenda. Only other item, make it clear officially, today was the last meeting that could be held via WebEx, which we're all here, but next month and forward, we'll all be required to be here again.
We're overachievers, that's the reason we're here today.
We're what?
We're
Overachievers?
overachievers, that's the reason we're all here today.
I think it went great. I think everybody, we did a great job even through the WebEx part of it. But I'm glad to have everybody back here. I'm sure everybody's glad to be here. All right, so we are adjourned.